Hey everyone, it's Riley. So it has been a year since I introduced Olive to my channel, and the video I made about that was really crappy, as well as my audience was a lot smaller then, and I mean, no wonder. But anyways, today I'm updating that video and making a Meet Olive 2.0 because Olive is just too cute to not star in one of her own videos. So let's just get right into that. So this is Olive, and she's actually not my hamster, this is my sister's hamster. Olive is around a year and a half old now, making her pretty elderly because hamsters really only live about a year and a half to 2 years old if you didn't know already, but she's doing very well in her old age. She's a Russian dwarf hamster, so most likely a hybrid between a Campbell's dwarf and a winter white dwarf, and she is the most independent hamster I've ever experienced. She really doesn't benefit from human interaction and would just prefer to be left alone most of the time. We can pet her, but she just really does not like being picked up. And we deal with that, and she seems perfectly content without very much human interaction. We got Olive back in May of 2021, and here's some clips of the day that we got her. She just looks so much younger and chubbier in these clips, it's very adorable. But you might be wondering why Olive is in a critter trail cage here, and if you don't know, critter trail cages and small cages like these are not suitable for hamsters of any species. But this was only a temporary enclosure, and I'll just quickly explain the story of how we got Olive so that this all makes a lot more sense. So basically, I walked into the pet store like all hamster owners do, and the first thing I do when I get to the pet store is I always go to the small animal section. And this time in particular, there was this very chubby, almost overweight looking little black dwarf hamster there, and that was Olive. I also noticed that her nails were very long, and I had some experience at that time clipping hamster nails with my hamster who was named Elfie. Sadly, he passed of July of 2021. But anyways, I knew that I could help this little dwarf hamster right here, and I asked my parents if we could get her, and surprisingly they agreed, but she would be my sister's hamster. So that day we went out to 2 different Target stores to go and look for a bin cage to make a suitable sized cage for Olive, but we couldn't find them at both of the stores we went to. So we just kind of had to call it a day, and Olive spent only one night in this critter trail cage right here. Not even a full day, it was just one night. And the very next day, my mom went out to yet another Target store, found the right bin cage, and we moved Olive into that the very next day. I'll just show you guys that setup that we moved her into the bin cage, and honestly, this was a really crappy setup. It's super bare. I thought it was fine at the time, but our cage setup skills have certainly improved. That has also come with my sister just accumulating more and more hamster items. But anyways, this setup was just bare and boring. She's got a hideout on the left, a platform on the right, a very small sand bath, and a seagrass tube. Just super boring. This was just a very bad setup in general. So compared with that last setup that I just showed, this is Olive's current setup of July 2022, and it just looks a lot more enriching and full in my opinion. She's got a lot more areas to hide, a bigger sand bath, and more toys and enrichment that my sister has made for her. So compared to that last one, this setup is just a whole lot better for Olive. Olive's enclosure is 450 square inches of floor space, which I know is the minimum for hamster enclosures, but Olive has not shown any stress signs in this cage whatsoever, and in general has just not shown any behaviors that would show that she needs a bigger cage. She's never even attempted to escape, and to add to that, she is an old hamster who is showing just a bit of decreased activity levels, and so this enclosure works very well for her, and she seems extremely content with it. Another thing I wanted to add, just because it's relevant, is that she has about 7 to 8 inches of bedding on one side of the cage that she absolutely loves burrowing in, and 2 inches of bedding on the other side. We celebrated Olive's first birthday back in May of this year, and I guess that wasn't really her birthday, but more like the day we got her. My sister made her this adorable little cake, and I posted a shorts video about this, but what I didn't show was all the bloopers from this clip because Olive just kept on running out of frame constantly, or she wouldn't eat the cake, and it was kind of a disaster. But I think she enjoyed the cake for the few seconds that she ate it, at least I hope so. Altogether, Olive's been a super fun hamster to have, and even though she's not mine, I still enjoy her. But she is getting very old, and I'm hoping that she can continue to live her happy hamster life and maybe make it to her 2nd birthday. But I really think that's all I have to say in this video. Stay tuned because I am going to make an updated version of this video for my hamster Crookshanks, because his introduction video was so crappy. Like, don't even go back and watch it. I honestly hate it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.